Congregation Sons of Israel in Nyack, right down the block. And I first want to say that I'm very honored to be speaking today and take part in this important and most needed event. Let's start talking, first of all, about Jewish law and the same law that applies to many other religions, the Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments deems that life is sacred. There is a sanctity to life, and only God, or whatever other power you might believe in, may give and take life. We all know this commandment, thou shalt not kill. The Jewish faith and many other faiths go even further. In the book of Genesis 4:10, and you can look if you want to, we find that when Cain killed his brother, it is written that the bloods, I repeat, the bloods of your brother cry unto me. So what does that mean? It means that his blood and the blood of his potential descendants, that means that to take just one life is also taking the life of all future generations of future humankind, and is truly the death of a whole world. Think about that. One life is the death of a whole world. The sanctity and holiness of life is not a truth that can be divided or owned by religion, by political party, by race, or by culture. This is a truth that should unite us all. This crosses all borders and all divisions. This comes down to the safety of our world, of our children, and as described in the Torah, right, the first 5 books of Moses, the future of all of our children to come. The current state of gun violence affects us all. We cannot afford to turn a blind, apathetic eye to what's happening in this country. What is to say that tomorrow, when you are the one shopping, that the next mass shooting will not involve you? How are we any different from those who were just killed very recently in El Paso, Texas, and in Dayton, Ohio? We are not. You or your children or your grandchildren could be the next victim, the next number in a newspaper article if we do not demand reforms to our current gun laws and take action now. The time to stand idle has come to an end. What are we going to do? What are you going to do so that someone you know or yourself does not become the next number, the next statistic in an American mass murder? Jordan and Andre Anchondo of El Paso, Texas, didn't think it would be them when they went to a local Walmart for school supplies and party decorations. But what happened? A gunman opened fire, killing both Jordan and Andre, while they used their bodies as shields to save the life of their baby son. And Logan Turner, a victim of the Dayton, Ohio shooting, was out and about a regular day. When he was gunned down, his mom, Danita Turner, called him the world's best son, who is no more. These 3 deaths are the death of a whole generation, a whole world, a whole future. How many worlds will we allow to be wiped out before real and meaningful reform is made? We can learn from other countries that have already made gun control a priority. Japan, for instance, a country of about 127 million people, and a country that maybe has the closest than any other country when it comes to zero tolerance of gun ownership, had only 6 reported gun deaths in 2014 and has remained low since. Australia, another country, toughened their gun laws and initiated a buyback program in the 90s. Gun death totals were cut nearly in half and have been on the decline ever since. So, we can see from these 2 countries that gun reform is possible and can make a huge difference in saving lives. Us gathering here today, all of us of different faiths, political standing, different cultures, but united as one people of this great country, must now come together in peace and solidarity. We together bear the responsibility to work for peace, for gun control, and for a country that is safe for our grandparents, parents, children, and grandchildren. One in which simply going out for a day of shopping or to your local temple or church does not invoke fear and risk of another shooting. A world where automatic guns and rifles are off the streets and out of the hands of those who should never have access to them, and instead who get the help and care that they need as well. In times of grief, shock, and despair, we must stand strong and take action. As we read in Psalm 34, God invokes us all with the responsibility to guard your tongue from evil, to shun evil, and to do good. Together, we must instead seek and create peace and ensure a society full of love, hope, and safety for all. There's a gorgeous prayer that I love called the Hashkivenu, and it's a prayer for peace. So I ask that we end with peace today. The prayer says, I'll say it in Hebrew first, Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, for peace. V'hamidenu malkeinu l'chayim, for life. Help us, O God, to lie down in peace and awaken us to life on the morrow. May we always be guided by your good counsel and shield us and pray with us against our foes, against disease and against the forces of evil. Guard us always and everywhere and bless us with life and peace. Now, since I am a cantor, I'm going to ask you to sing with me for shalom and chayim, life. So all you're going to do is sing something, it's like a hum, and it goes like this. Yadadai, 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 yadadai. Can you guys do that? Yadadai, 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 yadadai. And I'm gonna sing just one line for peace. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, for peace. V'hamidenu malkeinu l'chayim, l'chayim, for life, for life, for life. Yadadai, 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 yadadai. Thank you.